Good morning. I just got out of the shower. I have a quiche in the oven. Both of the boys are home with me today. My 6-year-old actually came home sick yesterday with a fever and a sore throat. So strep throat is going around his class, so I'm assuming that that's what it is. So he's home today. So I figured I would just take you along with us for the day. So here is the quiche. Isn't it beautiful? I get them at Costco. It's this one, the La Terra Fina cheddar and broccoli. Super delicious. Good source of protein. So we're going to have this once it cools down. Okay, back to finish skincare while we let that cool. My eye has been leaking lately, and I don't know what is going on, but it is so watery. So I might have to go see what's up with that because it is super annoying. So I've been wearing my glasses instead of my contacts just to help if there's any irritation, but it's not red, it doesn't hurt, it's just watery. So got our very first snow of the season. I am so excited. It is November 21st and we're just now getting our first snow. I feel like it's so late, and just earlier this week, 2 days ago, it was 60 degrees outside. So I'm pretty stoked that we finally have some snow. It's not a lot, it's just a dusting, but I will take it because my brain has been so confused. I have my Christmas stuff up. Lots of people have their Christmas stuff up. It's Christmas at the stores, but it's like 60 degrees outside and there's still leaves on the trees here, which is so wild. So my brain has been confused, like trying to get into the Christmas spirit, but it's been warm. So I'm super happy that it snowed because I feel like now things will click in my brain and I can just enjoy the Christmas season that much more. I'm gonna try and blow dry my hair really quickly while that quiche is cooling. So I will see you in a few. Look at the snow. It is 8:45 and it's still here. I thought for sure it would all be melted by now, but it's not, and I am here for it. Do you want to leave the door open? Open. You want to leave it open so we can see?
I'm definitely hot.
Are you? Well, we can leave it open. All right, let's give it a try. Always so good. It is about 11:20. I've been doing some computer work this morning and I'm gonna make the boys some lunch. We're gonna have some eggs, bacon, and some strawberries. And then once I put my younger son down for a nap, I will make my lunch. I think I'm gonna make the sweet green harvest bowl because that sounds so good. Ooh, which if I do that, I have to prepare my sweet potatoes. So maybe I'll do that while I'm making their eggs. I can get my stuff ready so that when he goes down, all my stuff will be prepped. So I think that's what we're gonna do. It has been snowing off and on this morning. It's just really light and there's really nothing sticking to the ground now, but just the snowflakes in the air is so cozy. I am so excited that it's finally snowing. It might be the 21st of November, but I will take it. Okay, let's get these sweet potatoes prepped. We have lunch for the boys, so I'm gonna get this served up, and then I also prepped my sweet potato. So I'm gonna put that in the oven, just finished preheating. So I'm gonna put that in, and I actually have a squash that I need to cook. Actually, I have two. I have delicata squash and I have a buttercup squash. So I might put those in since the oven is already preheated. But let's get the boys their lunch first. Here's the buttercup squash ready to go in the oven as well. I cook mine open side down for probably close to an hour. I do have the oven a little bit higher at 400, so I might not keep it in as long. I'll just have to test it and see when it becomes soft. So this is how I'm gonna cook my buttercup squash. All right, squash is in, sweet potato is in. It is currently 11:52, so I need to get my younger son down for a nap, and then I will get my lunch ready. And I'm gonna share the recipe with you because this bowl is so good. The only thing I don't have is a protein. Usually I put chicken on it. I think it'll be fine without chicken. I'm just gonna make it with what I have. I just got my 1-year-old down, so we are gonna make our sweet green harvest bowl. We're gonna start with some kale. This is the lacinato, I don't know. But this is the kale that it recommends using, so I'm going to just pluck this off. I'm going to tilt you down so you can actually see what I'm doing. Okay, so we have our kale. I'm just going to kind of break it up into the bowl. I don't know if people eat the stem. I do not eat the stem. If you eat the stem, you do you. But I just break it up into pieces. All right, this looks like a fair amount of kale. So next we're going to add on our sweet potato, which is still hot because it just came out of the oven. Like that. You're gonna add on some goat cheese. I'm gonna cut up an apple. Yep. So we have our apple. Next is some wild rice. I just use this one from our grocery store because it is quick and easy. Scoop some out of the bag here. Still so hot. Put that in here. Like this. As I mentioned, I would typically add chicken to this, but I don't have any cooked chicken, so we're going to forego it. We are going to add on some almonds. I just like to sprinkle those around. And then last is our dressing. I actually made this up yesterday. This is olive oil, honey, balsamic, mustard, and salt and pepper. And we are just going to drizzle this on. Not much of a drizzle, not very, ooh, that is a lot. Oh heavens. Okay, well, it's fine. All right, here is our salad. Isn't it so beautiful? I cannot wait to dig in. And then I have a crisp apple. I love this one. So we are going to go have some lunch. All right, this house is an absolute disaster. So we are going to do a 10-minute clean, 10-minute tidy. Kitchen. Look at that. Love it. This pan is going to go in the trash. The aluminum foil stuck to it and it's been kind of like on its way out. I already have a replacement, so that just needs to be thrown away. We have our squash taken care of. I'm going to let it cool and then I'm going to put it in like single serve containers to put in the freezer, but we have a clean kitchen. Let's move on to the living room.
Hello.
Hello. Oh my goodness. Did you have a good nap? All right, we are headed to Target because I realized that we do not have enough of my 1-year-old's toddler formula. I did order it, and usually it's here within 2 days, and it's not expected until tomorrow, and I don't think that we have enough to get us through until when it comes. Plus, if it's delayed, then we're really going to be in trouble. So we're going to go to Target and grab one, which is good because it gets us out of the house as well. So that is where we are headed now. You're holding my shirt?
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thanks, babe. All right, we are going to go with the Kendamil toddler to hold us over. All right,
I know what to do.
we're done. It is like, ooh, snowing, raining. Do it again, Ronan. Is it snowing? It is the big wet snow. Like, it wants to be snow, but it's too warm to be snow. It's wet. Anyways, Starbucks. This is my favorite drink. It is well, one of my favorites. It is an iced chai with brown sugar cold foam, and it tastes just like an oatmeal cookie. It is so good. And it's hard for them to make wrong. Like, I've never had it taste not great. So that's been my go-to drink all fall. I don't know why I got iced. I guess it's out of habit because it is 39 degrees. Anyways, we got what we needed. We are gonna head home and hang out. I might make chili for dinner tonight because that sounds delicious now that the temperatures have dropped. So let's head home. All right, we're back from Target. I'll show you what I got. We stuck to the list pretty much, which was only one thing, which is this. This is the Kendamil Goat Toddler Formula. I'm just going to use this to supplement what we have because our order doesn't come till tomorrow, and I want to make sure we have enough. So I just picked this up. We use the Hip Toddler, so we'll just use this to supplement to make sure that we have enough. Then I picked up this little cutie cup because I have one from a couple years ago for my 6-year-old, but I needed one for my 1-year-old. Well, he's almost 2, but I needed one for him, so I grabbed this. And then I saw these creme de menthe baking chips, and they looked delicious for like sugar cookies or hot chocolate. So many options, so I grabbed these. Don't have a plan for them yet, but I will. And then, oh, I have keys in my bag, so that is super. Love that for me. Also picked up the Busy Cold Brew. I love the Busy coffees so much. If I'm having anything cold, this is what I'm reaching for. So I picked up one of these. I've been really enjoying my hot coffee, but it's nice to switch up, especially in the afternoon. I want a cold coffee versus a hot coffee, so I grabbed this because we were there and they don't have it at our local grocery store. And then last but not least, a little snack for tonight because, well, for this weekend. So, cookie dough bites, they're my go-to. And that's what we got. My son did get a Lego set, but he bought that with his own money. So, pretty small haul. Now I need to put our squash into containers. So I bought these like serving containers off of Amazon. They are like plastic, and I like to put the squash in here and then stick it in the freezer. That way it is kind of like an individual portion, or me and my son. I can always pull out more than one, but that way I have it ready to go in the freezer. So I'm gonna get that prepped and ready. It is 3:55, so I'm gonna have to work on dinner. I'm torn between doing chili or doing a chicken dish. I think I'm gonna do chili because it just feels right, you know? I think I'm gonna do chili. But let's take care of the squash, then we'll decide for sure. All right, we have our big pot for chili. I have all of my beans. So I'm gonna start with my ground beef. This is already cooked. My mother-in-law prepared this while she was here. Bless her heart, because it sure makes life a lot easier. So I'm going to put this in the pot so that it can start to thaw. Okay, and for our beans, we're gonna go in with 1 can of Bushes. We're gonna do 1 can of kidney beans. Can of black beans. I prefer the seasoned ones just because it gives some extra flavor. And then 1 can of the cannellini beans. Huh? Trash truck. Sit down, please. I will help you. Sit down, please. So we have all of our beans in here. Now we are going to add our seasoning. So we're going to go in with some chili powder. Of course, we like a lot of chili powder here. A little bit of paprika. A little bit more in. I would typically add oregano here, but I don't have any, so I'm just going to put in a little bit of Italian seasoning. I do like putting cayenne in mine, but I put it in my individual bowl because my kids are not a fan. And then we are going to add in a couple pinches of salt. And then the last thing we're going to add in is some tomato juice. Just a minute, love. I need that spoon. I need that one. No, it's not Caleb's. Here, I'll give you one. Watch out. Which one? This one?
Yeah.
And we're gonna go in, give it a stir. That beef on the bottom is still frozen, so we're gonna cover this to keep all of the heat inside so that it will melt. And then I need to get the cornbread out because what is chili without cornbread? All right, that beef is already starting to break up, so that is perfect. All right, we will let her cook. All right, so we have our chili. It looks good, it smells good, and it tastes good. So we're gonna let it just continue to sit on low heat and marinate all of those flavors together. And then we have our cornbread ready to go in the oven. We are using the Bob's Red Mill. This is the best cornbread in my opinion. It is so stinking good and it's gluten-free. So yeah, that's the cornbread we use. That's gonna go in. We've got our chili, and then we will be dishing up dinner here shortly.